Welcome to Messy Bun Sisters Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
I'm Lauren.
And this is episode
5.
Is it 5?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
You never know, Alyssa.
No, I knew for the last 4.
You said, is it 5?
No, I know. I just didn't remember.
So do you think that we should go back and do 38, 39, 40, 41? Or is it okay to start back at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I don't. What have we been doing? Oh, it's on podcast. It still just keeps going, right?
No, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like we started over again.
Well, we did. Kind of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever you want to do.
Anyway, we'll talk about it off camera or off mic.
Did you get your nails done again? Or today?
I did.
They look good. I just noticed.
You. The classic
gel?
red. Yeah.
Looks good.
So I actually ran into a high school friend when I was there.
Who?
Brittany Klingbeil.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was trying not to say her last name, but
Oh.
it is what it is. But anyway, so her boyfriend right now lives in Hong Kong.
Oh, wait. I follow her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going there?
Yeah, she went there today, I think. But
She had like a first class ticket or something, or she got her ticket upgraded.
yeah.
And it made me want to get my ticket upgraded, but I don't want to spend that much money.
But anyway, my point is, he's there with all the protests that are going on in Hong Kong right now.
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I was like,
There's a lot of protests going on right now.
Okay,
Do you want me to
that's
educate you really quick?
sure.
I'll give you the high level. I'll give you the skin.
What if this is the ding, 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 or you want another one?
I have my own. That I think it's a funny
Okay, let's do a serious one
Instagram.
first.
Yeah. So,
Ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding,
ding, ding.
well, I don't really know a lot about it. So basically, Hong Kong.
You know more than nothing.
I know more than nothing. So Hong Kong. Okay, listen, you guys, don't take this as actual what is going on. I'm paraphrasing. So do your own research. But Hong Kong obviously is part of the China continent.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess China's not a
Asian.
continent.
Asian.
But it's a part of the the Chinese
Country.
country. Yeah, it's attached to the country.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, say that again.
Hong Kong.
I thought it was a city.
Yeah. Okay, so it's hard to explain. So it's a part of the mainland.
Oh,
right?
okay. I see
But
what
it's
you're
a little section of it. But it's kind of separate from the rest of China because it used to be a British, not colony, but kind of how Puerto Rico is to America.
So a
Hong Kong
colony.
is to China.
Okay.
Does that make
What is
sense?
it called?
Or Hong Kong is to Britain.
Yes.
So
okay.
Puerto Rico is to America, Hong
Okay.
Kong, the city is to Britain.
Okay.
So I don't even know all the details, but there is this treaty they signed that at least by 2042, I think is when it is, that China is going to retake Hong Kong or something like that. Something along those lines. And that's what the protests are kind of about. They don't want that because the Chinese government's notoriously oppressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't like Christians and
Yeah. Anything.
they're communists or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, Hong Kong's very westernized, and so it's really confusing. The way that their Congress is set up is different. So do some research on it, but anyway,
And I will too.
yeah. There's a
And
lot.
you should too.
I should too, but I need to I'm just not I understand what's happening, but I'm not good at
explaining
explaining it so that it really makes sense.
You explain it so that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. But I mean, do you understand?
But I know more now than I did
yeah.
before.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of people who are in hundreds of thousands of people in Hong Kong that are flooding the streets, protesting.
I can feel David's judgy eyes on me.
It's on his computer.
Okay,
yeah, look
good.
at his eyes. Anyway,
Told
so Brittany's on her way over there now. And we were talking about it, and I was like, okay, be careful while you're in Hong Kong. But anyway, it was, I saw her when I was getting my nails done. And I haven't seen her. I mean, we used to work at the same company.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen her in like a while.
That's
high
good.
school. Anyways, you're going to drink your Topo Chico?
Yes. Tell me your other news story.
So I thought this news story, ding, 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 was kind of funny. And I don't know why. I'm also very coffee today.
Don't do that.
I don't know why. Can I have some of your Topo Chico?
That's going to make you more and burpy.
Just let me, Alyssa. Jeez.
What if you're sick? I can't get sick before my trip.
It's just like a tickle in my throat.
Okay.
Everyone else is going to Europe.
If I get sick, I'm going to be so mad at you.
Just don't drink anymore then.
But I paid $1 for this.
Okay, so this is my news story of the week. I just thought it was really funny. So this is from BuzzFeed. A travel influencer is admitting to photoshopping her photos after multiple people noticed multiple Instagram cloud. Wait.
Okay.
A travel influencer
Did you lose it?
is admitting to photoshopping her photos after people noticed multiple Instagrams with the same cloud formation.
Oh, okay.
And one of her
Cloud was very confusing to me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, what? I thought it was really funny. So, she said, she's quoted to say, "I really don't see the big deal here. I never lied about it." And so if you look on a lot of her Instagram, you keep like swiping through her Instagram and you're able to see all the like cloud formations are basically like the same.
But who takes that much time to put the same, like, I feel like that would take a lot of time, like too much effort.
But it's like on all of her photos, they're
It's like
all
the same cloud.
the
She just like copy
same.
pasted.
And it's from this app.
I see it.
Yeah, you see it. Isn't that crazy? She said, "I can't believe how far this went," wrote, her name is Servania, wrote via email
Probably
with
said
laughing,
Venya.
crying emojis. "I use this app called QuickShot to help with the composition of the photograph when the sky is burned or overexposed."
I mean,
I just thought it was really funny that every single photo that she has
is the same cloud.
But my question though is,
Maybe
like,
I'll download that cloud for when I'm in Europe.
yeah, quick shot is what it's called. Like, why would you use the same? I mean, there has to be more than one photo things. And why do you need to have it in? Why do you need to have clouds in every single?
That's what I'm
photo?
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
It is what I'm saying.
It's just funny. Like, you just can't believe or trust
The internet.
the internet. Like, literally what you see people doing on social media, it just might not be happening. Like the other day, I go into yoga and one of the girls that follows me, one of the teachers, she was like, "Wait, weren't you just in New York?" And I was like, "No, I just posted a photo in New York." And she was like, "Oh." You know what I mean?
It
Like,
confuses people. Yeah.
I don't know. It's
That's
just,
why I post like once a month.
And I made her sound super, super stupid. She's not like, that's how she'd not. She does not sound like that. She's like really smart and really good, and she's one of my favorites. But that's just like funny. Like, you never.
But you just think, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been all over. You have a very cohesive page.
Except for that one. I want to delete it.
Just because it's not cohesive?
Yeah.
Archive it.
cohesive. I like it though.
I don't know what
I
you're
like
talking about.
I like the people. In
Let me
that
see, let me
photo.
see, let me see.
Well, I'll show you later.
Okay.
Anyway, now it's time for our review of the week. Yeah.
She sings even though she has her mic stand
I
back.
have my mic stand.
Okay. This review comes from Laura Hernandez. She said, this is from whenever we did our self-care episode.
That was Puro San Antonio, by the way.
Yeah, she said, when y'all were saying compression, confession, it's all the same thing. I was saying it with y'all, and it was so funny.
It's just so funny.
Well, it's because we all think the same. That's our mom.
Yeah. Our mom always coming through with that review of the week.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. And Lisa did one time. I don't see Robin doing a review.
I'm
of
pretty
it.
sure she did.
She did?
Yes.
Anyway, this episode's
Stop
brought to
throwing
you by
shade.
Hollow Tree Ranch.
Yeah, transferring this Hollow Tree Ranch too, huh?
So for those of you who are just listening, on YouTube, I'm wearing a bright pink Hollow Tree Ranch t-shirt, which David, Alyssa's husband, created the logo.
Woohoo!
And
It matches my bright pink cheeks.
Alyssa was laughing so hard
Y'all, if you saw our Instagram video
from Wednesday night.
yeah, you will know why. I could not stop. I literally popped blood vessels in my cheek. I did not know that could happen from laughing.
I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to put it in our highlights.
And then y'all can see.
And then y'all can go back.
It was so stupid.
It's going to be under like studio. Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, it's going to be under the studio.
It's just so dumb.
Yeah.
Messy bun. That's what made me laugh the most.
What?
Because it was my butt. It was
Oh.
like messy bun. Stupid.
I don't understand.
Buns, butt, like your buns. Not like buns, but like your buns. It was so dumb. See? Did you not get that? No. That's why I was laughing. I can't stop. This podcast is off the rails.
Why did you say that when we're on the podcast?
I'm crying again. I'm gonna pop more. It's gonna be all over my face. Oh my god! So
Why
stupid.
why do you plop? Why do you pop your blood?
I always plop.
Oh my god, we can't stop laughing.
I always pop my blood vessels when I throw up. Like every single time I throw up, my whole face is popped blood vessels. But I've never popped blood vessels laughing. God, I couldn't stop. I was like exploding. I felt like my face is gonna fall off.
Oh my god. Remember that one time you popped a blood vessel in your eye?
I was from cheerleading.
What happened?
I just was cheering too hard.
This podcast is over.
Okay, let's get. We haven't even started the freaking topic.
I know.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
We might have to pause.
Okay.
You know, I'm surprised. I'm surprised we've gone 40 something episodes and haven't left.
We laugh
This much.
this much, and haven't laughed at all.
It's just like 3 straight minutes of laughing. I'm so sorry, you guys. Actually, I'm not sorry. You know what? Those of you who are listening to our laughing, you need some joy in your life.
Oh my
and the Lord felt that you particularly needed joy
In this morning
in this
drive that you're listening to our podcast.
or afternoon drive when you're driving home from work, or if you're in the middle of the night. Whenever you're listening or watching this podcast, it was meant for you, that little bit of joy. Anyway, okay, I think we're okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, what are we talking about today, Lauren?
Our life of pets.
A life of pets.
Okay, so basically,
Let's start from the very beginning of our life.
Okay, so Alyssa and I, growing up with Alec, I felt like we've always had pets.
Yeah. There was a bit of time that we didn't, but most of the time we did.
What do you mean?
So like probably in between
I don't
Buster
remember.
and Nesto.
I don't remember a time not having.
When we first moved into the house, we didn't have a dog.
Yeah, actually, Dad was pretty adamant about that, and I
You
disobeyed.
ruined it. Yeah.
But it was the best obedient thing I've ever
because
done.
that he's the longest dog we've had. Okay, start from the beginning.
So
You were
get
around
situated.
first, so you tell us what the first ones were.
So there were like a couple of dogs we've actually had, and they were like weird names. They were border collies. I don't
Which
remember their
ones?
names.
Oh,
But I remember Dad always
that's when you
talking
were
about
before
it.
I was born.
Yeah, I must have been like 2 or 3. Remember, Dad always talks about those dogs that like ate their puppies.
No.
Tatum and Channing. One of them was Tatum, I think.
Channing. That would have been funny.
Lassiter.
Okay.
Lassiter and Tatum.
Yes.
I think those are their names. Anyways, so I mean, like, even when we were little, like, we always had dogs. Maybe when we were like I was going to say hotels. When we were in apartments.
You had dogs in the apartment?
No,
Oh.
we didn't. But we also had cats growing up too.
Our first cat was Sammy.
And then Blue.
Blue.
And I think it's the only 2 cats we
Yeah.
had.
But Sammy was an inside cat, and nobody knew that any of us were allergic to cats. Like, she would be like all over us and
She was
everything.
an outdoor cat,
No,
though.
she was inside.
Really?
Yes. Oh, I remember her being inside.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the end of those cats. They ran away.
Well, Blue was an outside cat.
Yeah. Somebody else started feeding that cat better food
Yeah.
and it ran away. But I think the first animal that we had all together was Odessa.
Odessa, no.
So we had Odessa when we were, it's been like 2
Yeah.
or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was 7. Math.
Nice.
But like those dogs were always outside dogs, and we had like labs. Like we've had all sorts of dogs. Like then after Odessa, I don't know why we gave them away. Then we had labs.
They moved. Mom and Dad moved. Right?
to
Fort Clinton.
which is another outside place. Like why didn't we take the dog?
The labs are pretty cool.
It was Jasper and
No, Jasmine and
Copper.
I was gonna say Oscar.
Anyway, I mean we've had
Oh
all
my
these
God, what was
random
his
dogs.
name? Cosmo.
Cosmo
and Jasmine.
Jasmine. And
They ran away.
I'll tell you what happened to them later.
Oh my God. Actually, I know what happened.
Yes. And then we had another dog named Max, but he got parvo.
No, so sad.
I know.
I remember like we had a family meeting.
About Max.
Yeah.
It was
And then
really
Dad's
sad.
like, Max died.
Oh.
So sad. And then we had Buster.
Yeah. How do we get Buster?
I don't remember, but I probably was already in that was like in middle school.
Yeah, I was in high school.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to talk about the dogs that are in our lives right now. But I mean, that just shows like we've always had animals in our lives. And
Yeah.
I think it's important to have, even though I feel that it was a hassle, because you have to think my parents were raising 3 kids in like this 1,000 or 1,200 foot square.
Foot square.
What did I say?
But you said foot square, but it's square foot.
Square foot house. Can somebody give me a drink?
You think that'll make it better?
Like a water.
Oh, water.
Yeah, no.
Don't all move at once.
Trent's going. Thanks, babe.
Oh my!
was I
You're raising 3 kids.
I wasn't raising 3 kids. Mom and Dad were raising 3 kids. Thanks, Trent. And having 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. But I mean, we also had to like, make sure they were fed. We'd play with them. Like they were outside dogs too, but it was a responsibility that we had, I feel.
Kind of. I didn't really do a lot, actually. I'll own up to that now.
You just played with them.
I was pretty terrible dog owner.
I mean, all you really had to do for outside dogs is just let them outside to pee. Not even.
They're outside to pee.
You just go and play with them
and then feed them. But
And
I think
that's
mom
it.
and dad always fed them.
and give them water.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't tell us to.
Maybe they did and we just didn't.
No, I think we did. I remember feeding them.
Well, I don't. That's
But
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
having an animal like
It's good to have the
gives
responsibility.
you
Yeah.
a lot of responsibility to the kids. But okay, so I wanted to talk about Ernesto.
Okay, yeah. So then we moved into the new house.
Oh, remember Buster had babies.
Oh my gosh. But it was like, okay, we have an older brother
Yes.
and he came in town with his
Wife.
wife
His ex-wife.
and she had a dog. So their dog was staying with us. And then Buster and their dog,
Got it on.
yes. And we didn't know. And she got pregnant and then she had the babies. So they had to stay. Did they just stay here? Were they living here?
I don't know. They were living in San Antonio.
They had to
'cause
have been.
Her parents lived here.
Yeah, they had to have been living here because the girl dog ended up staying at our house and had the
Yeah.
babies at the house.
Yeah.
And she
Also ate.
ate some of the babies.
Yeah, it was super sad.
And I remember like coming home and in the garage, I saw like blood on the floor and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God. My dad's like, well, she killed another one today.
Super
I know.
sad. I remember there was one puppy that I named Pippin.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like a different.
Why didn't you keep it?
Mom didn't let me.
How rude.
I know. I like loved it. It was a different color than all the other. It was like a albino dog. Like all the other dogs were like brown and black, and it was the only dog that was a different color, and I wanted to
Why
keep
did we
it.
get rid of Buster?
Buster ran away.
Buster was a good dog,
He
too.
was a good dog. He was a beagle, and,
And
beagles,
beagles are smart.
yeah.
Maybe he was smart enough that he didn't want to be a part of our family. How rude.
Are you gonna cry?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Okay. But then comes Ernesto.
That's what I'm saying. All of high school, we didn't have a dog after that. Because Ernesto didn't come in until after I graduated high school.
No. I brought Ernesto home while I was in college, and you were in high school when I was in college.
I thought it was 09. So maybe my senior year.
Yeah.
Okay, it was my senior year.
I don't know if there's that video of Ernesto as a little baby puppy, Trent, that I tagged you in. No, how rude. Anyway, so here's the story of our dog Ernesto. So Ernesto,
I really wanted a dog for a while.
and even one year for Christmas, Mom and Dad got Alyssa a
Stuffed
a
animal.
toy dog.
And they were like, here's your dog. Ha ha ha.
And I remember Dad being like really like aggressively anti-dog.
Probably because we didn't help take care of the dogs growing up.
He was like, don't you bring a dog in this house, blah, 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 whatever. And of course, y'all know me. I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
I'm going to bring a dog in this house.
Well, okay. So this is the story of Ernesto. So Ernesto is a Scottish Terrier, and he was born in Oklahoma. Sorry about ya. And he, the mom and the dad got pregnant, and they only thought they were going to have like 3 puppies, but they ended up having like 9.
Dang.
I know. So Ernesto, he is,
And they just gave them away, right?
yeah. So Ernesto was like, he was a troublemaker from the beginning.
What do you mean?
So how I met Ernesto, he was brought home by my best friend's dad, Keith, and he was like nursing him back to health because Ernesto tried to get in his mom's food, and his
the
mom
bit him.
bit him,
Yep.
like almost in the eye, like almost took his eye out. So he was on antibiotics. He was like 6 weeks, maybe 7 weeks old. Yeah, he was like a little bitty puppy.
Yeah.
And so Keith was like nursing him back to health. And I was like, because they were like, do you want a dog? And I was like, I want this one. I'll take this one home. Keith had named him Patches.
Patches, yeah.
And he kept calling him Patches. But we took him into our dorm at ORU. Like he was so tiny that we like stuck him like in our jackets. Like it was like November. We stuck him into our jackets and like snuck him into the dorm room. And Ernesto, when he was a puppy, he like wouldn't cry if there were people around. But we put him in a box next to my bed and he would cry in the middle of the night. But when I would put my arm down, he would stop crying. I know.
And he liked to hide his face a lot too. Like
What do
he
you
liked
mean?
to like
Oh
shove in.
yeah. One time he like bit me or something and I like gave him a little smack and he was really scared and went to my friend Krista
And hid.
and hit his little head. Anyway, yeah, so we snuck Ernesto into the dorm room and
For how long? Like 2 weeks?
yeah. But we would take him also to like Brittany's house too every once in a while. So we would
Yeah.
like sneak him in and out of the dorm room. Like my school was so strict, you guys. Like, I'm trying to think like what is the most strict thing? Like obviously boys weren't allowed in our dorm rooms. We had to be in curfew at like midnight. Like we had to be in.
I thought you were 11:30 and the boys were midnight.
We were midnight and the boys were 12:30. Also sexist. But I don't know how we snuck Ernesto in. I have no idea how our RA didn't find out.
Yeah.
But my friend Carissa actually named Ernesto.
Yeah, because we were Skyping
Yeah.
and you were showing me him and you're like, I'm bringing him home and everything.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's try to figure out a name for him. And I could not think of a name for the
Yeah.
life of me. I was like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't remember. I had a name, but I
I
didn't
don't
like
think
it.
Carissa was like, "Oh, your name is Ernesto."
It was like Ernesto
yeah.
something.
Valentino, whatever.
Hernandez.
Yeah. And so he was like the best dog when we drove him down from Oklahoma to San Antonio. And I gave him to Alyssa for Christmas.
But it was, y'all came for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. It was your
So
Christmas
I had him.
gift.
Yeah.
So what is okay, so Ernesto is like the family dog.
Yeah.
So he's been passed around from me to Alyssa, back to us, to my parents. How was your experience when you got Ernesto?
It was great. Like he honestly was a really good little dog, like
Yeah.
puppy.
And you trained him?
Yeah, like he did. I mean, as much as I could. I didn't really know much about training, so I can feel David's judgy eyes again. I can feel them. But he like I didn't know anything about training a dog, but he was like my dog whenever I was there living there.
Yeah.
And so I did like feed him and give him water. Mom did a lot too, and but I'm trying to think. I remember the first time he barked. I don't think you were there. Because I remember he would like in the grass in the backyard of mom and dad's.
No, he barks all
He would just like
the
pounce
time.
around. Like he wouldn't run out there. He would just like pounce and
He
pounce
still
and
kind of
pounce.
pounces.
Yeah. And then I remember one time, I guess he saw a squirrel or something and it was like a little, it was so cute. He was a cute little guy.
Yeah.
And I think he's really smart. Like he knows when I remembered a story.
Oh my god.
Sorry. I was just thinking because you have to train them to
Scottish Terriers are super stubborn
yeah,
too.
but you have to train them to go outside. Like that's like one
Yeah.
of the first things that you do to use the restroom. And he had a really hard time like being potty trained because he would poop a lot inside.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but enough. And there's new carpets at mom and dad's, so it's fine.
Yeah. So does our other little Willow
But
dog.
dad gave him like a jalapeno or something stupid
When
like
he
that.
was like 4 months old.
And he pooped like projectile. People probably don't want to hear the story. Just realized.
He first farted and it sounded like human butt cheeks going together.
Ew.
Like it was
This
like
is getting worse. Oh my God.
but from a dog, you don't ever hear that because I thought it was
Because they don't have butt cheeks.
I thought it was Alyssa. But it was Ernesto.
That was Ernesto. No.
Also, somebody farted in yoga today. It was pretty funny.
Like loud?
Quiet. Yeah, it was quiet, and she farted while the teacher was
She?
talking. It must have been a girl. There was like maybe 2 guys in there. Maybe it was a boy. I don't know. Anyway, it was funny. Go ahead.
Okay, but he projectile. It like shot him forward.
Ugh.
It was that bad. Anyways, I vividly remember that.
He was really little.
I'm sorry that I just told that to everybody.
It's okay, but I mean, we had to learn. I'm sure.
Okay, I have another really good story about Ernesto before I
Okay.
move on.
Okay.
And I don't know if I've told it before. I might have.
Go.
But I had the picture and I sent it to Trent, so we'll see if we can get up there. That it is okay. Ernesto's, like we said, has been the family dog. So
Yeah.
he went to live with y'all for
So Alyssa had a wild streak. So probably when she was like 18 to about maybe 19 to what? 21.
okay.
She had a wild streak and didn't come home until super late at night and woke up in the morning to go to school, and mom and dad were getting tired of taking care of Ernesto.
Yeah.
So Trent and I took Ernesto under
But y'all
our
were
wing.
already married, right?
Yeah.
So they were married and they had a house, so it just made sense for them to take him to, like, them being able to. And there's a picture on David's Instagram that I stalked, and it's a picture of Ernesto, and he's like the coolest dog ever, or something like that, like super chill dog,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Trent and David were friends before.
Yeah, but I've told you the story, right?
Yeah.
The date on the Instagram post is May 7th, 2013. And David and I got married May 7th, 2016.
I thought you were going to do John
Cena earlier.
What?
I was thinking about that earlier because
Why?
we were listening
John Cena.
we were listening to a podcast,
Uh-huh.
and they were talking about comedians and how they have like different, like their personalities are different. You can kind of tell where the comedian's going to go. And one of the guys was like, yeah, you can even tell from their intro song. And I don't know why in my mind
I
was
don't
like-
know.
I was thinking that song. I thought maybe if I was a comedian, my intro song would be the John Cena song. I don't know. Okay, so
That is pretty crazy.
yeah, because we weren't even dating at the time, and when David and I got married, we took Nesto back like right away.
Was it when you got married?
When we moved into the house, yeah.
So
I was like, I'm getting Nesto back. I'm for sure
Yeah.
getting him back when we move into the house.
So for the
Then I gave
next
him back
3
away.
years, me and Trent like had Ernesto.
Yeah.
And I think we also wanted to let y'all have him too, because we were moving into an apartment at the Pearl. And we were like, Ernesto is not a apartment dog. He's
Yeah.
like an outside dog. You know what I mean?
Outside dog.
Not outside dog, but like he's a house dog. Like he
He would do so good at an apartment. Are you
I
kidding
don't
me?
think so. Like, well, back then, what that was like 4 years ago, 5 years, 3
Uh-huh.
years ago. I didn't feel like he would do well in the
He would
apartment.
have done really well. But I wanted him in my house.
Yeah, so then we just let you have him.
So then he was mine again for 2 years. And then
Yes.
so for the first year it was just Nesto. And then I got Khaleesi.
Yeah.
But you can talk first about Lucy.
So obviously we moved to the Pearl. We didn't have a dog. Trent also has like grown up on dogs too. And what year is this? 2016. I was like, "Hey Trent, I want a dog or a baby."
Yeah.
You okay, David? He hit his funny bone over there.
Aww.
Anyway, so I was like, "Hey Trent, I want a dog or a baby." And then a month later, he was like, "You want to go get your Christmas present?" And I automatically knew. We're kidding.
Oh, we're not getting a baby.
I know. So we went like, let's see, we moved like in June. So we went like 6 months without an animal, which was really like sad to me.
Yeah.
because we had always had
But it's probably like
Ernesto.
so much freedom.
No,
Do you
it's kind of
remember?
lonely.
Oh.
I know. Like if Trent was at work or something,
Oh, yeah.
like I was just kind of like lonely, and like you would walk around and like, do you know when maybe your dogs aren't home, they're somewhere else, and you walk into your apartment and you're like,
Oh God. I just got like a sinking feeling in my heart.
why?
Like I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, when you're actually alone.
Yeah. Not like that.
But you know
But,
what
like,
I mean?
I can't imagine.
Yeah, like let's
Like
say
I thought about it and I was like, oh, that doesn't
See?
feel good.
Yeah,
you know?
so like if Willow and Lucy were, staying at a friend's house or something.
What?
Like if I walked in, they're staying at a friend's house,
Oh.
like they're humans. But like I walked in, and I'm like, oh my god, usually they're here to like greet you or say hello, especially Lucy. It's weird. So
Your
for 6
dogs
months,
say hello.
Lucy does. I'm sad she's not in here. Anyway,
You hate
so-
Willow.
kind of.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
kidding. I love you, Willow. She's a cute. We'll talk about her in a little bit.
Okay.
So Lucy, we go to like someone's house that Trent found off Craigslist,
Uh-huh.
and they had like a couple dogs. And she was like, okay, first of all, the lady advertised her as Corgi. Yeah.
Weird.
The lady, right, Trent? Like it said like Corgi or something like that. And so we go and like see her, and she has these like giant ears. Like Lucy's ears they look like bunnies.
Yeah.
And she had her tail cut off and like a triangle shape on her butt, like a white. So that's why the lady thought, oh, she's Corgi because she has
A
that
little
triangle
tail,
butt,
big
little tail.
ears.
Yeah. But I looked at her paws. I remember her paws were big, and I was
Yeah.
like, don't think this is a Corgi, because usually you can tell with puppies if their paws are pretty big and sturdy and like thick that they're going to be big dogs.
Yeah.
And so we just like were with her, and she's like wandering around and all cute, and we were like, you know what, let's just take her.
Yeah.
So we took her, and she was raised in our apartment. Like so she's part German Shepherd. So these German Shepherds are like super, super smart. Like you can
Yeah.
train them pretty quick. Yeah, she like ruined one of our rugs when she was a puppy, but she got really good at like going downstairs, and we trained her really well. But Lucy is like the most scared dog.
Yeah.
And I think it's because her ears are so big.
She can hear everything.
She can literally hear. I mean, who knows what she can hear?
Yeah.
So I think that, like Trent was saying that the other day, he was watching a TV show and it was like a wind sound, and Lucy was scared of the wind from the TV show. And it's like, we never like beat her or anything, but she's always just like really cautious
Yeah.
of cautious of like things she doesn't know. But so we lived in our apartment for like another 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went off to New York City. And Lucy was literally raised in New York City
Yeah.
as a city dog, and she did so well.
Yeah.
Like the thing about being like a city dog, like you don't find a place to poop. Like you don't find grass. Like you poop on the street.
Yeah.
And she was so good at leaving our apartment and just pooping on the street.
And then you just have to pick
I
it
have to
up.
pick it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That sucks.
It did suck, but like everyone does it. So it's not like
Yeah.
that
I
big a
guess
deal. So she did really great. And I mean, all the sorts of sounds and stuff like didn't really like bother her that
she had
much.
little snow boots.
She had little
and
snow boots.
rain
So
jacket.
yeah, she has so the rain jacket, because we were letting her stay at a like boarder's house, and they were like, if it rains, please get a rain jacket, especially if she doesn't. So like when he would walk them, all the dogs like.
He put all his rain jackets on the dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And she had the little rain boots. She's just like a little city dog,
Yeah.
like with her
And
jacket.
and now she's here at the apartment too. She's never
Yeah.
lived in she lived at mom's mom and dad
for a little bit. And so Lucy kind of picked up some bad habits from Ernesto. Like
Like what?
whenever someone knocks on the window
Oh,
or on the
he
door
would-
or ring the doorbell,
bark.
Nesto barks
Yeah.
no matter what. And our parents kind of like did that. But
As like a
is this podcast boring?
why?
I'm just wondering. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
You're talking about Ernesto barking.
Yeah, but mom and dad did that as like a protection
Yeah.
thing.
So now, anytime someone knocks on the door, Lucy's like, woo, you know? And
That was a good impression of Lucy.
thank you. And it's so annoying because, like, it could be just somebody, like, walking. And she's like, woo, woo, woo. We're like, Lucy. I mean, it's good that she's protective.
Yeah.
Like, if someone was at the door, I'll even do, like, when someone knocks on the door and I'm here, I'm like, get him, Lucy. And she's like, "Brr, brr, brr," like, she gets crazy. But another thing that Lucy doesn't understand is she doesn't know. Okay, Lucy knows her name. Okay, she knows her name is Lucy or Goose. But anytime my mom would be like, Ernesto, she
would
would
run
like
over.
think her name is Ernesto. And she would go over to her like, you're Lucy, you're not
Yeah.
Ernesto. And even with Willow, we're like, Willow, come here, Willow. And she's like, comes over and we're like, Lucy, you are Lucy. You are not Willow.
She
like,
doesn't know.
she doesn't know. And I think she just hears the name and thinks everything's about her.
Maybe.
So,
She's very self-absorbed.
yeah. Wow, what a little biatch. Anyway, so Lucy is our city dog. Has never really. I think she did good at my mom and dad's house.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we already talked about Willow.
What?
She just poops and pees everywhere.
you
and
need to
it's
like really clean the floors.
I do.
Like with Clorox.
We do.
Oh. I don't know.
Yeah. So stop judging me. You don't live here.
I'm not judging you. Okay.
So tell us about Khaleesi.
Okay, so we had Nesto in the house for a year, and then we decided David really wanted a puppy. So we were like, he was looking, and he found something online. I guess he decided that, yeah, we wanted a golden retriever. And then he found her on Craigslist, and it was kind of the thing where I was like, I don't know, because we looked at like the Humane Society, and we looked at some on Snipsa, but we didn't really like work out. But he just happened to
Pause 1 second. I think if we live in a house, I could do one more dog.
3 dogs.
I think I could
That's
If-
a lot of dogs.
if we like have a house.
What about a kid?
I like dogs.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. What do you think, Trent? One more dog? He said yes.
Okay, so we did he found her and we were like, let's just go look. Let's just see if this is even something that we want to consider like getting a golden. And we got there and it was like same thing like at somebody's house. But it was really kind of shady. So we were like, what is happening? And so she came out, she was like super happy and like just like ran around our little feet and was like super excited to see us and like just
She's
super
still super
cute.
excited.
She's super excited to see everybody. And so I was like, we have to take her. Like we have to. Like I just felt like I didn't know what was gonna happen if she stayed there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just was like, we need to take her. So we went, got our money, went back, got her that day. They had told us that she was like 8 weeks old or something like that, 7 weeks maybe. And they told us that, and then we saw her shot records, and she was only 5 weeks old.
What?
Yes.
They
And we were
lied
like,
to you.
how would they even lie though? Because we saw the date.
Yeah.
We knew when we picked her up. It was really weird. We were like,
The problem is Craigslist.
yeah, we shouldn't
like-
have done that.
Yeah, but I mean, you did. And
Yeah.
you have Khaleesi now.
I know. But so yeah, so she's great. So we brought her home and Nesto, like I thought he was gonna have a lot harder time with her than he did.
Mm-hmm.
But they ended up being like good friends, and they're still good friends. They don't get to really hang out that much, but
Yeah, because you lock her away.
I don't
Like a
lock
princess.
her away. Fine. She's good. She likes being outside. We play a lot. She likes. It's just hard because she was like a year,
Mm-hmm.
And she was inside, outside, inside, outside. And then at about a year, when she was about a year, that's when I got pregnant.
Mm.
So then, no. I guess she was like a year and a half.
Doesn't matter.
Either way, by the time we had Liam, she was 2. Like she had turned 2 and then I had Liam.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's going to be 3?
Yes.
Wow.
In April.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Liam's going to be 2 in May. Like they're literally, yeah.
Liam's going to be 2?
Yes, in May.
Oh my God.
Yes.
He just started.
I know.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so it's fun because like, okay, when I had Liam, I had to get rid of Ernesto. But it's
Oh yeah,
interesting
Ernesto
now.
hates kids.
Hates kids, like hates them.
Scottish Terriers hate kids.
So I was like, it's just gonna be easier. Everybody was gonna be at a mom and dad's house. Like mom wanted him and dad told me that mom wanted him too. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just give Ernesto back to mom and dad's and then I'll have Khaleesi and Liam. And so for Liam's first year of life, it was just Liam and Khaleesi.
Aww.
And Liam like really likes Khaleesi and Khaleesi same, like really likes him. She was actually like pretty gentle with him too, like as a newborn and everything. And cause Khaleesi is crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's pretty wild.
Lucy and Liam get along too.
Lucy is really good with Liam.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Yeah.
Like Khaleesi still kind of knocked Liam down knocked Liam over the other day and I was like, oh God, she's still a little bit too aggressive. But, but it'll be good. They'll be able to grow up together and Liam can like play with her and help with her and stuff too, which will be good. But now we live at mom and dad's. Mm-hmm. So now Liam's around Ernesto too. And it's
so funny when we started the podcast, I was living at mom and dad's. Now
I'm
you're living at mom and dad's.
But yeah, so now Liam's at the age where he like wants to like grab at him and it's really scary.
Ernesto?
Yeah. So we're trying to figure that out now, but I mean, it's been fine.
Yeah.
Well, figured it out.
I think Ernesto will first just like show his teeth. I don't think he'll bite. I think he'll just show his teeth.
It's just so scary. That's my baby.
He's getting old too.
Ernesto's going to be 10 this year.
Like next week. He's going to be 10.
Next week and I'm going to be gone.
Yeah, you're an awful mom.
Shut up.
Dog mom.
We also have a dog nephew.
Oh yeah, Bucky. Anyway.
What's up, Bucky? Oh man, Bucky's cute though.
He's derpy.
He is.
He's a derpy
But so
dog.
is Khaleesi, so they get along really well.
Yeah, Lucy's.
She's like, what's happening?
Yeah. And Ernesto just doesn't want anything
to do with them.
Yeah, Willow neither. She doesn't care.
Yeah. We haven't had all of them together though.
I think so.
Not with Willow.
Yeah, I think so.
Willow, Khaleesi, Nesto.
But I don't think they met.
Bucky.
I think like Willow was inside.
Wait, how many is there? Willow, Lucy, Khaleesi, Nesto, Bucky.
5. That's crazy.
I think mom and dad need their own dog too.
Ernesto's their dog.
Ernesto's my dog.
No, Ernesto's mom's dog. Anyway. Well, this was fun.
Secret Life of Pets. Was it fun, Lauren, or was it boring?
Alyssa's gonna be gone the next 2 weeks, you guys.
I was gonna make a sad face, but I'm really excited to be gone.
Yeah. Wow.
Not gone from this, but gone like, on my vacation.
Alyssa is gonna be in Europe. Actually, when this comes out, she'll be there.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I know. So
I'm gonna be sitting in the back porch, just staring at the mountains and drinking my wine or my coffee, depending on what time of day it is.
Yeah, coffee at night, wine in the morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, so next week I think we're gonna have, or for the next 2 weeks we're gonna have guests, co-hosts. Ooh, you're just gonna have to wait and see. All right. Well,
Peace out, homies.
Thanks, you guys, for being a part of our podcast, brought to you by Hollow Tree Ranch, but not really. I mean, if
use
they
our
want
code.
to. No, there is no code.
Oh,
sorry.
And also, don't forget to
share,
subscribe,
like us on Instagram and Patreon,
and then don't forget to leave us a review of the week
with our logo that doesn't load
and our 5 stars.
Woohoo! Bye, guys.